Alright, timestamp July 2nd, 2026. It's almost 7 p.m. I've been up since like 3 a.m. I'm going to be taking a nap here very soon. Working around the house, doing food prep. I planted a bunch of potatoes today. It is 94 degrees outside. I was going to do the sweet potatoes too, but nope, tomorrow morning. Nope. Got a 5-gallon bucket over here with water in it. I'm going to get my sweet potatoes prepped in the morning. Throw the pieces that are prepped in the bucket, take it out, use the water to start wetting down the soil as well. I have a plan. Went through that coat of paperwork. Most of it's from the 90s. Up to I think about 2011. I think it was like the latest stuff in there. Mostly just paperwork, silly stuff that didn't need to be saved to begin with. Bunch of calendars. I'm actually going to try and sell this on eBay just because Tom Selleck fans might actually be interested in this. It's a Magnum PI calendar from 1991. My mom kind of crushed on Tom Selleck back in the day. Honestly, a lot of women in the late 80s, early 90s did. Well, I expect some men probably did too. And then In-N-Out came out and they went, oh, I could have him. But yeah, I mean, just there are some letters from my grandmother to my mom. There's some correspondence in there, but for the most part, it's just a whole bunch of paperwork that didn't need to be saved for any reason. Newspaper clippings. Surprisingly, no recipes. My mom had a propensity to cut out recipes. We've had like an entire filing cabinet drawer full of very yellowed, some white, some for magazines, just I don't get it. I mean, with the amount of cookbooks you have, if it's a recipe you like, great, make a card, put it in one of the little card boxes, whatnot. I don't know if she had the idea that one day I'm going to sit down and I'm going to compile them all. Maybe. I mean, there were a lot of aspirations of one day we're going to do this, and then they never, took steps, and even took steps that would lead them further away from doing it. A lot of that. I'm trying not to live my life with a whole bunch of regrets. And I reflect back on that list of the 20 places my mom wanted to travel to. And she wrote this list. I burned it, and I probably shouldn't have burned it just because it would have been interesting to reflect back on. But she wrote the list like in, I think like 2010, something like that. And it had a lot of the you would expect an American tourist to want to go there. Dublin, London, Paris, Of the 20, she made it to 3 of them, and they're all ones that were in the continental U.S. Could have. I'm looking at their portfolio, and I know what their assets, resources have been, were, are. They could have. You know what I mean? They could have gone to half of them at least. Sitting here collecting dust, building a wall of garbage to hide behind. We're doing some Aldi French vanilla, Mickey Mouse, oh boy, coffee mug. I love this thing. It's just so like 50s diner. I love it. Uh-oh. There we go. Some coffee grounds. Problem with doing the coffee the way we're doing occasionally, it's not as regulated, you know. What can you do? Yeah, did dishes, planted potatoes, got all the trash out. Have a contractor bag. I'm hoping they pick up tomorrow. Tomorrow will be July 3rd. And I know that, like, the stock market's going to be closed tomorrow, and some other federal offices may or may not be closed. I'm hoping. It's one thing. I don't know if it's that way, if it's this way everywhere in the country, but down here in Florida, typically with the trash utility pickup, if there's a holiday or whatnot, and that falls on your pickup day, they don't make up that day. That really annoys me. You know what I mean? If you're paying a monthly charge and they don't adjust the monthly charge, I expect them to come out and pick up trash twice a week, because that's, and especially in this kind of situation that we're in, I know it's all about me, because it is, man. Don't make me wait a week for a pickup. The amount that we're trying to get rid of here, don't do that. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so you're choosing to, I'm still paying for 2 days, and you're, no. You know, come the day before, or, I mean, this time, obviously not the day after, because that'd be a Saturday. That would actually be July 4th. But that's not okay. You need to have a makeup day. You know what I mean? I couldn't do that at my job. You know what I mean? If I'm going to have to work that second day. And I know for them it's probably 4 or 5 days a week. And it's just 1 day off and all that. But some kind of rotational something. Not okay. I know I sound like an old man bitching there, right? But we make just enough garbage to fill that hopper with a little bit left over. If you skip one, we're drowning in footwear, you know. But I did want to do a check-in. Health-wise, again, I feel kind of... health-wise, though, I feel okay. I'm tired. But I got up at like 3 a.m. and have been doing stuff. Yeah, even me. This guy doing stuff, yeah. And it is hot out. Yeah, I came in after I got done, and I knew it was... Weather Channel was going to say it was warm.
I apologize.
But yeah, it was 94 degrees, feels like 97. It's like... No notes. Yeah. But I guess we're going into a heat wave this weekend, and it's supposed to be the hottest on record in like over a decade. So this will probably be watchable during it. Just hydrate, don't do crazy stuff outside. Be careful, because Apparently there are 1,000 dead in France from the heat wave. It's kind of a global thing. 1,000 dead in France. Never heard of such a thing. You know what I mean? From a heat wave. That's noteworthy. I wasn't expecting that. It was a headline that Pix actually showed me. She came over today to drop Tiny off. They got the yard stuff done that they were trying to get done. And they were working on some other projects. And kind of decided that the project list was not a one-day project list, which... This is my shocked face. Pix, sometimes she's awesome. Not sometimes, she's awesome all the time. But there are times that she attempts to hard schedule things and underestimates the scope of the task at hand. As a for instance, the alcove, she was like, we'll get that done on this day, and then we'll move to this project the next day. And I'm like, you might want to pencil those things in, because some of these projects that you've got down as like a one-day thing, they're going to be more than a one-day thing. And she actually did kind of resist me initially. She was like, we can get that done today. And I'm like, you're saying that, and you're going to be wrong. So, and we worked on the alcove for 2 days now, and it's probably going to take a third for the section that we wanted to get done. And she kind of acknowledged. She's like, yeah, it was more than a one-day task. Like, I totally appreciate the fact that you want to schedule things and want to make sure that we maintain consistency and all that. But if you want to get this whole swath of things done in a week, cool. If it's not practical, I'm going to let you know. You know, we got these 5 things and you want to get them done in a 1 week period. Each one of those things is a 2 or 3 day job. Because I can math, that's 2 or 3 weeks worth of stuff, not 1 week. That ain't happening. I've had bosses give me lists like that. And I've damn near killed myself trying to get it done. And when I questioned them about it, they were like, well, I just wanted to see if you could get, you know, a lot done. But yeah, no, that wasn't a 1 day list. That would take me 3 or 4 days. And here I am, busting my ass trying to get done, getting half the list done and going, does he actually expect me to get all this done? This is insane. I've had a couple bosses that did that kind of, I'm going to call it shit. Because they introduce it like, this is your to-do list for the day. You know, and I'm looking at it going, this is 3 days work. No, that's your list for today. I'll have more stuff for you tomorrow. It's like, we need to talk about your expectations. But I feel like Pix actually does that to herself to a degree. You know, and then she gets mad, man, I didn't get everything done. It's like, you weren't gonna. You weren't gonna, babe. It's a nice thought, but it wasn't gonna happen. Some of that happened at George Station today and last night. Because she went over the list of things that she wanted to get done yesterday with me. And I was like, you're keeping Tiny for 1 day, right? Yeah, just 1 day. And that's your, for the, okay. She was like, we can get it done. Prove me wrong. It's cool. No, seriously, prove me wrong. I'm fine with that. Because that means you guys really, you know, kicked ass. she did not prove me wrong. They did get done a little bit more than I thought they would, based on the report I got, but you didn't get, yeah, no, and it wasn't going to happen. I think it's hilarious. It's, I don't even know who, if it's an AI generator. I've had it for a couple years now, but it's a screenshot of Rebecca Chambers from like Resident Evil or Resident Evil 0, like doing a selfie with like one of the Resident Evil buildings behind her, just, you know, like, and to me it's funny. Yep. Very millennial, Gen Z kind of, hey, I just bought some zombies and almost died. Cool, man. You know, selfie. It just makes me giggle. One of my favorite characters. I love Rebecca. Not like in the dirty old man kind of way. She's very human. I know the creator of the character is like, oh, she's weak, I don't like her as a character. I'm much bigger fan of Jill and Claire. She's 18. You know, she joined STARS as kind of a prodigy. She's not, you know, Barry Burton, 55, 60-year-old combat veteran. She's an 18-year-old genius child. She's going to be a little green. She's really smart. She's good in her field. But this might be the first time she's had really, you know, yeah. What was that line? Fun was had, also mirth, merriment, and death-defying hijinks, or something like that. It's like a Buffy line. It's like that. The Xander line. Sarcasm. It's good stuff. But yeah, it just... You made an 18-year-old character who's a, you know, child genius in the sciences. She's not going to be, you know, Sarah Connor from Terminator 2. I don't know what your expectations are. For the character that she is, she's pretty cool. But yeah, from Resident Evil standpoint, in case you don't know, I'm a big fan. And, you know, props to the first game, kind of, and I don't ship them, but I'm a big fan of Chris and Rebecca. They're kind of my team. And I know Claire is Chris's kid sister, but Rebecca is kind of like a kid sister in the first game, really. Which, that's kind of the vibe that I got. And they're cool. They're cute as a team, you know. I dig it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there are no Resident Evil characters that I crush on exactly. Mind you, if Cindy Lennox was an actual human, she might catch me staring. But as far as the whole Claire, Jill, Rebecca, they're characters. They don't stimulate me. But I enjoy the genre, you know. Looking forward to having a bit more souped up PC, because I'd like to actually play some of the remakes. I've got them. They're in my Steam account. I've got 7. I've got Village. I want to get Requiem. I'm avoiding spoilage wherever I can. but I don't know that I'd want to try and load them on what I've got right now. It probably could handle it, but I'd much rather enjoy the games, because I've had the remakes, the 1, 2, 3, I think I have 0, 4, I mean, I've got, most of the redos, remakes. Steam's cool. Steam's really cool. I've had them for years. 3, 4, 5 years. I don't want to go through the pain and heartache loading it up just to have my computer do lag from hell, or just choke and create a mushroom cloud on the bar here. So I'm kind of waiting, because I know that there's money coming around the corner to where I can actually get a newer system. And again, this computer is actually still really good, but when it was made 4 or 5 years ago, it was made to be scary. Scary 5 years ago is okay now. You know what I mean? Because the technology just always seems to grow and grow. I don't want to break my own heart. I've had enough of that over the past 3 years. I'm good. Call it set yourself up for disappointment. Oh, I still need to... Nope, I'll do that when I get up. I was going to boil some eggs. I got 4 dozen in there. Economy-wise, that's one thing that's still actually cheap, which is cool. Eggs at Aldi are like $1.46 a dozen, which, cool. Between doing fried eggs and hard-boiled eggs around here, we go through them. Now it's going to hard-boil up like a dozen or 2, but I will do that when I get up. I am not doing that right now because that's an hour. Not the boiling, but the whole process of it usually is start to finish an hour. So, no. There's still a few in the hopper. Like 5. It'll be okay. Yeah, I can hear and feel the congestion behind my sinuses. Really hope that's all it is, Not going to go long. I don't need to go long. This is just kind of a check-in. It's my video diary. Dear diary. Today we were kidnapped by hill people. Yeah. So it's gonna be dark soon. They come out at night. I'm sure they do. I don't know what I'm talking about though. But yeah, in the morning, I'll cut the sweet potatoes, plant those, re-water the potatoes, make sure that the ground stays moist, especially going into a 94-degree weekend. I crossed like 4 things off my list. Got check marks by a couple of them. Did that as well. Yeah, okay. It's very exciting stuff. But yeah, nothing really of interest in the tote. I saw it was a whole bunch of paperwork and I got a little hopeful. Like, okay, maybe this is some of the photographs that are missing. Maybe my dad slid the pocket watches in one of these bags of paperwork or something, but it looks like mostly Mom's doing. The letters from my grandma might be interesting to take a look at later, just because, she's been gone for 20 years. Tells you how old this paperwork is. We got a bunch of letters from Grandma to my mom. This whole situation sucks. Trying to keep positive attitude where I can. I think I'm doing pretty well considering, but There's suckage. But yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep. We're doing some Peter Davison action. I think Castrovalva is on tap for today. It should be very exciting. It's good stuff. If you're just watching this in the morning, I am so sorry. I'm like, damn, now I'm tired of going to work, watching that damn video. I'm sorry. Drink some good coffee. Here, I got a little pot. I know it doesn't work that way. If only I were AI, it would work that way. And I could sit down and maybe have a drink with Teddy Roosevelt. Caught up on the news here and there. He needs to be impeached. Somebody needs to take Grandpa's keys away. They're too busy making money on patriotism. The grift is real. The events going on in DC right now. The big American State Fair, whatever. He figured out a whole new way to cash some checks. Slick. Slick. And I really hope he crossed the line into fraud country. Because that could be funny. See? I mean, that's not new for him. 34 counts later, you know. This would actually be fraud, basically, like, governmental, like, possibly provable and stuff. Such a villain. And not cool. Not the cool kind. Yeah, he's not like Maleficent or something like that. He's just... meh. Lord meh. Anyway. I'm going to go ahead and get some sleep because I'm tired. Enjoy that little bit of coffee that I got in my mug. And go all over it. Alright. I'm so sorry. Damn. Can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Alright. Hug your parents. Hug your kids. I don't have fleas. Do your one brick. Plant some potatoes, boil some eggs, do something. And make it a great day.